one and only. It's your boy. Bringing you that smoke dick. I've been working a lot of my recordings, guys. Trust me, I do notice that my voice is not playing over the sound effects. Doing everything I can do.
Yay.
Oh man, that Archer Queen. That Archer Queen's such a problem for this deck. Because she sits back and does that little I like using that Tesla to take that Archer Queen down on the bridge because it stays up with half HP, protects from goblins or a minor push with bats up top or anything like that. The Tesla's op. It's, in my opinion, the best building defensive structure in the game. Right? But that's just my opinion. We're gonna let that miner get some attacks.
Yay.
Kind of just a push to the he pushes to my tower, I push to his tower. I gotta try to catch his push and defend it while my push is still doing damage. And that's the thing about this deck, guys. It only takes one mistake. Once you give me that one mistake, it's over. I should have probably put a little bit more focus on that miner down there. But he's going to have to put a last push to the miner, to the tower, which would be that Archer Queen. Now he doesn't have that same Archer Queen to defend. So, try to use that one. Yeah, and as I did, that he didn't have that Archer Queen to attack anymore. Over it. Outplayed. Not today, lucky dog. But, oh, sorry. There's a look at the deck, guys. Sorry I didn't do too well explaining and talking through that hand. With this deck, you want to stay consistent. Giant Skeleton up front or Skeleton Barrel up front. They're both two-phase cards, so the clone gives it that much more. The Flying Machine always does good behind. It's pretty much like a Flying Musketeer, guys. So the certain ranges that it has catches a lot of textbook players off guard, especially since they're not used to seeing the Flying Machine. They're more used to the Three Musketeer or the Musketeer deck. The Flying Machine's op. It's great. You can switch your bats out with a lot of different cards. I have the bat and the tornado are what's switched out most in my deck for different spells or different low cards. You want to be able to use those cards as cycle cards. So sometimes I'll get this, that, and that in my first cards. Obviously, these can't be my first two cards to play as a push. I'll send that in the very back left corner since it's so slow. By the time I'm putting those behind it, when the skeleton gets probably 4 spaces from the bridge, I'm already at 10 elixir, 9.5. Put the bats behind it, protect it with the zap, or I could throw the machine if I have it, clone it, or just watch it with the zap, or, you know, whatever. But the main thing here is everything you counter with turn that into a push. If they push Minion Horde, Skeleton Barrel, when the Skeleton Barrel pops, I can zap and then push with my bats, so then I'll have bats and skeletons. Or I can do, you know, there's a lot of different things, and that's why you guys need to watch the recording to see different ways I play the deck. And the more times you play it, the more times you practice with it, the better you'll get. I mean, look at this card rotation. Horrible. But I'll push them back far. I'll put him right up front high, and it's going to work out like that. But, and you're not, look at that, boom. So now, who's got the strength here? I do. I'm not going to waste a clone because I got the push, and he wasted so much. So, I'm already knowing that he's probably pretty low. It sucks having to play that Tesla. I'd always want to play that back, but I didn't have it, so I'm going to push it. Got the defense out there. He's probably going to stay back for a while. Minion Horde just gets tore up by the bats. Tore up. That sucker will never see a chance to get to my tower. I could play Giant Skeleton up front and be really aggressive, but I'm not going to. I just sit back. He played his Loon. And his Bandit right off. He played his Loon and his Bandit right off the rip. And that's what hurt him. I matched it with my Giant Skeleton. Bats. As you've seen, he's going to play probably Minion Horde if he has it. Let's see if we can tell him a little bit. He has a lot of strong cards, though. His deck's pretty buff, so I'm going to kind of play defense now, because now he's in the position where he knows he has to push. And this is just really discouraging. Because this deck is fast and it is so defensive. So there's a good example. His Bandit, boom, he pushed right away. I matched with my Giant Skeleton bats, smashed him, got my Giant Skeleton runner. Not only did I just get the 1,500 damage from the Giant Skeleton bomb, I got the win on the elixir. That's why a lot of guys won't play on first push. So the very first push is the reason why that guy lost. Doesn't look like a bad player. He's an average player, probably a little bit lower caliber than myself, but you know, good example, guys. Don't ever just spam 2 cards like that on your very first push. If I'd have had Minion Horde, it would have killed him. So a little bit of luck, but more or less opportunity. He opened up, gave me the opportunity. So that's what this game's all about. Just knowing what opportunity in this deck. It's a lot of great with opportunity. If they leave you a little bit of opportunity, it's struggle. This guy got to get trouble already. Jesus. Already, folks. Already. Oh, how does a bomb miss? I didn't want to watch my tower take the damage from them. the dragon, and since he's Fang Giant, I kind of needed him to push back. Just kind of worked out like that. He should have just let the flying machine go, but I guess he seemed bigger than that, so take his way. Oh, come on. One thing about this deck, it doesn't stop the little ground push back, like the continuous tack of the ground push, so, oh yeah, that's what we needed right there, folks. If you're dumb and you overspend that eraser is going to damage you. Or that projectile. Oh, fireball. Darn it. Switch up the flavor here, what you want to see. Oh no. Just kind of gotta become a different rhythm a little bit. Just kind of hope for the best. He was getting so used to defending giant skeleton. You switch it up, take the giant skeleton out of the equation, put the bats,